Hi there, it's Mike Richter, president of Brightcore Energy, and today we're Brightcore Energy, and today we're hot off the press with a whole new issue for the Brightcore Energy Solar Series, backed by wild popular demand. Very difficult to answer all your questions, but today we're going to get to one involving the New Jersey Community Solar Program. It's in parallel with the TREC program. It is actually underneath it. Rob Krugel, our resident expert, is going to walk us through all the particulars. Rob, I want to welcome you, the CEO of Brightcore Energy and the Northeast premier expert, as far as you told me recently. Take it away, Rob.
Thanks for the kind words, Mike. Good to join you this morning. Excited to talk about the community solar opportunity in New Jersey, as well as kind of how that fits with the broader net metered solar opportunities in the state as well, and hopefully give some guidance to customers so that they can ultimately maximize the value of solar on their facilities.
Perfect. So October 2nd, the Board of Public Utilities approved year 2 of the community solar project. Walk us through this. I understand it only had a 10% success rate. That's kind of striking. Just could you help unpack what this is? Because we talk to a lot of our clients and they're talking about behind the meter, in front of the meter. Do I go TREC? Do I go community? There's so much confusion out there. Everybody knows this is the hottest market in the country, but there's some confusion. So help us unpack it a little bit, Rob.
Yeah, great. So let's start with understanding the community solar opportunity. So as you pointed out, this is the second year pilot that was recently announced by the Board of Public Utilities. There was a first-year pilot in 2019 that was quite successful. That program had 75 megawatts of availability. They received over 600 megawatts of interest. It's a competitive process, so there were over 600 megawatts of applications, I think about 250 distinct project submissions, and about 50 received awards. So obviously, relatively low probability of success. This go round, the state, given the success of the first project, actually doubled the size. So this will be a 150 megawatt program. Applications are due in early February. And we expect this to be quite, the interest to be extremely strong. We're predicting probably 5 to 10 times the amount of capacity in applications. So I think it'll be really important for customers to understand how applications are scored and to try to put forth the best submission in order to hopefully secure an allocation.
That's really interesting, though. So how should they think about navigating through this year 2? Because there's a lot of questions out there, and obviously everybody wants to hop on board. It's incredibly competitive. How do they think about this navigation?
Yeah, so I think it starts with understanding the scoring criteria. So the state has published scoring criteria. It's very similar to the first year pilot. Interestingly, there's not a lot of weight placed on pricing. So this is not about who's going to, provide the highest price or the lowest price. It's really about a number of qualitative factors relating to the project. Most significantly, it's about the percentage of low and moderate income participation from the community. Ultimately, these projects, as the name suggests, are about enabling the community to participate in solar despite not having it on their property. So it's about low, moderate income participation. It's also about community involvement, community support for the project, and a number of related criteria.
So our understanding is that the likelihood of getting the community is low. And so how should our clients think about this, right? Because if the community solar's likelihood is extremely low, there's still huge opportunity out there to make a dent financially. Is there the hybrid that you have been pushing? Maybe give our listeners a little bit of a chance to digest that.
Yeah, that's a really great point. So in addition to the community solar program, the opportunity to put solar on buildings on a net metered or behind the meter basis still very much exists. This is the market that's been around for many years. When T-RECs were introduced earlier this year, it really enhanced the economics of those opportunities. When we talk about behind the meter, that would be a project that the power is feeding the building. So, it's an opportunity for the building occupant, the tenant, to receive a significant discount on their electricity costs. When we talk about community solar, that's a project where the power is going to feed the grid. So it's really not tied to the building. Both types of projects benefit from T-RECs, which is why both opportunities are very strong. What's interesting, though, is the behind-the-meter project is not a competitive process. There's really in theory, an unlimited supply, unlimited opportunity. So if a building owner wants to have 100% certainty of being able to pursue solar, they can pursue a behind-the-meter project. What's interesting is we've come up with a hybrid structure where a building can host both behind-the-meter and community solar at the same site. So we think that's a really interesting structure where part of the solar will feed the building, provide discounts to the tenant. As I said, that's not a competitive process. So the customer is assured of being able to move forward with that project as long as they're applying while T-RECs are still in existence. And then we use the balance of the roof for the parking lot or the land, but really primarily the roof of the parking lot to prepare a submission for community solar.
Fantastic idea. So really, you don't want to put all your eggs in the community solar basket. You're saying behind the meter first. It's almost assured it'll be there, and from that point on, fill out whatever else you can for better economics and a larger project altogether.
That's correct. And what's nice about this hybrid approach is we ensure customers an ability to move forward on at least a portion of the project, and with that portion, tenants can participate and receive discounts. And then, we help customers pull together, hopefully, a compelling submission for the community solar. And then if that receives an award, the customer is generating incremental economics for the building.
It makes total sense. And this hybrid has gotten really good feedback from the market. It's quite creative, but it seems to hit all the high points of really what New Jersey is trying to do by putting this entire T-REC program together. So I want to thank you for giving us some insight on that, and I hope that clears up for some of our would-be customers out there. And as always, please, if you have any questions, visit our website at brightcoreenergy.com and reach out to Rob or myself directly, and we'll give you answers. Thanks again for listening.
Thank you.